Have you seen dry ice? What is known as frozen carbon dioxide. I have also recently seen it because its now use is becoming more widespread as frozen food becomes more prevalent. So instead of packing the regular ice that we get, water ice, now food is being packed with dry ice because the temperature of dry ice is much lower than that of wet ice or regular ice. So this is actually just frozen carbon dioxide, which is now being used for packing ice creams and other frozen food.
In the medical field, dry ice is used for storing and transporting medical supplies like equipment, vaccines, medicines, etc., and samples like blood, organs, and tissues. Dry ice is also used in cryotherapy and cryosurgery. Here, dry ice is sublimating in water, that is, changing from solid to gaseous state. The gaseous part within the water emerges as bubbles, whereas the gaseous part in air is condensing the water vapor in the surrounding places and creating this dramatic effect of a lot of fog around it. Some part of the dry ice dissolves in the water, forming carbonic acid.
However, as its use becomes more widespread, there are some precautions that we must take while handling it. Firstly, we must remember that this is carbon dioxide, and if there is a lot of accumulation of a lot of carbon dioxide in a closed area or a small chamber, say like within a regular car, if you are carrying a lot of dry ice, a lot of frozen food packed with a lot of dry ice, and it starts sublimating, because dry ice does not become liquid. From solid state, it goes directly into gaseous state. As the temperature outside is warmer than that of the ice there, it starts sublimating. As it starts sublimating, there is an accumulation of a lot of carbon dioxide. And if there is no ventilation, if it is a locked car, which is locked, means all the windows are closed, tightly closed, then that accumulated carbon dioxide can be harmful for those who are sitting inside the car. Therefore, you have to be very careful that either you keep it in the dicky or you let there be some ventilation within, so that you are not, you don't have to inhale a lot of carbon dioxide more than what is good for you. So that is one precaution that one must always take. Even when it is being opened in a room, the room should not be a closed, tightly packed room, or you should not be too close to where you are unpacking it. Use some protective gear like a mask or something, but even then maybe because it is vapor, it might enter the mask. So it is best that you keep a ventilation there. It should be a well ventilated place. Second is that you should not handle it with your fingers or let it fall on any exposed skin, because the temperature is so low that you can get a burn. A burn means frostbite. That portion, that skin part of your body can get quickly frozen and it can be like a frostbite. So these are some of the precautions with which we have to use dry ice. If you know of any more precautions, please let me know in the comment section below.
Cryotherapy means using extreme cold temperatures for treating injuries, inflammation, pain management, improving circulation, and range of movement. It should always be used under the supervision of a healthcare professional. Cryosurgery uses extreme cold to destroy abnormal or diseased tissue, causing the cells to freeze and die. Both cryotherapy and cryosurgery can have contraindications and should be carried out by experienced doctors only.